The rain poured down in silver sheets over the bustling city streets, neon lights flickering in puddles that mirrored a world of wealth and despair. William Hart, a billionaire known for his empire of luxury hotels, sat in the back of his sleek black limousine, staring out the tinted window. Despite all his riches, his heart was hollow, burdened by a tragedy he could never heal from, the mysterious disappearance of his daughter, Emily, 3 years ago. Every day since had been a living torment, a wound that money could never mend. The car slowed at a red light when William noticed a small figure huddled on the corner, drenched and shivering. A boy, no older than 12, clutching a torn blanket around his thin frame. Something about the child's eyes, a haunting mix of fear and determination, made William roll down his window and call out, "Hey, kid, you okay?" The boy hesitated, then darted toward the car, his lips trembling as if he carried a secret too heavy for his young heart. "Sir." The boy stammered, water dripping from his tangled hair. "Your daughter, she's alive." The words hit William like a lightning strike. His breath caught, his heart pounding. What did you just say?" he demanded, his voice breaking. The boy nodded fiercely, gripping the window frame as though afraid this moment would slip away. "Emily, she's alive. I know where she is." William's world tilted on its axis. For years, investigators had searched every corner of the globe, and every lead had led to heartbreak. Now a homeless boy was claiming to know the truth. Torn between hope and disbelief, William stepped out into the rain and knelt to the boy's level. "Tell me everything," he pleaded. The boy introduced himself as Malik. He explained that he had been living on the streets for months, hiding from a cruel foster system that had failed him. One night, scavenging for food behind an old warehouse on the city's edge, he had heard a girl crying. She said her name was Emily, that she had been taken and couldn't find her way home. Malik had been visiting her in secret ever since, sneaking in with scraps of food and comforting words, promising he'd find help one day. William's hands trembled as Malik led him and his driver through the storm to the abandoned building. They pushed open the rusted doors, the smell of damp and decay filling the air. And there, curled up on a dirty mattress, was Emily, frail, terrified, but unmistakably his little girl. William fell to his knees, tears streaming as he gathered her in his arms, whispering, "Daddy's here. I've got you, baby. I've got you." Later, when the police had arrived and Emily was safe, William turned to Malik. The boy stood a few feet away, barefoot, uncertain, as though expecting to be forgotten now that his part was over. But William walked to him, knelt once more, and said, "You saved my life tonight, son. You brought my family back to me." He saw in Malik's eyes the same emptiness he had seen in his own heart for years, the pain of being unwanted, unseen, unloved. And in that instant, William made a silent vow, Malik would never feel that way again. In the weeks that followed, William not only reunited with Emily but also opened his home to Malik, legally adopting him as his own son. The once lonely billionaire became a father of two, his mansion no longer a cold monument to wealth but a home filled with laughter and warmth. Malik, once just a homeless boy on a rainy street, finally had a family, a place where he belonged. When asked by reporters why he had taken in a stranger, William simply said, "Because kindness saves lives. My daughter was saved by a boy who had nothing, yet gave everything. The least I can do is love him as my own." And from that day forward, William dedicated his fortune to building shelters and safe havens for children like Malik, determined to turn his pain into purpose. The city, once indifferent to the forgotten souls on its streets, began to change, inspired by one boy's courage and one man's second chance at fatherhood. Sometimes miracles come not in the form of wealth or power, but in the quiet bravery of a child willing to care when no one else will. And sometimes, the family we're meant to have finds us in the most unexpected ways.